Hello everyone. Now today we are back with another video lecture on ugcnet management 10th chapter entrepreneurship. In this video we are going to deal with the following concepts: entrepreneurship development, its definition and concept, its process is very important because in UGC examination the scope of asking you about various steps involved in the process of entrepreneurship development. That's why in this video I'm going to discuss two separate processes, like which involves different steps, so it will be easy for you to identify whatever the thing. If come across some different steps in UGC NET examination, it will be very useful for you to keep right option. Here this is one of the process, and this is another process. So I'm going to describe the same process with different steps. And next we are going to discuss about types of entrepreneurs. So coming to entrepreneurship development, let us recall what is entrepreneurship. Who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneurship is nothing but it is a process of running a business by taking financial risk in the hope of profits. An entrepreneur is a person who starts the business by his own, by taking risks, facing uncertainty in the hope of profit. So entrepreneurship development. What is entrepreneurship development? In order to run successfully a business, entrepreneur require certain skills and knowledge. From where we are going to get that? With the help of this entrepreneurship development process. Entrepreneurship development process is nothing but it is a process of development, of enhancement of knowledge and skills of entrepreneurs through several classroom coachings and programs and training. This entrepreneurship development process helps new firms or ventures to get better in achieving their goals and improve the business and national economy. So with the help of conducting different classroom programs and training, giving a proper training to entrepreneurs, they will try to enhance the skills and knowledge of entrepreneurs, which in turn helps them to achieve their goals and objectives, and for the successful running of the business. So this is nothing but entrepreneurship development. Coming to the process of entrepreneurship development, these are the following steps involved in the process of entrepreneurship development. First step is clear view of objectives of the program. You have to have a clear view about the objective of program, why you are conducting the program, and what skills you are going to improvise or inculcate in the entrepreneurs, and what kind of knowledge you are going to add to them. Like that, what is the main objectives of this program, you have to be clear. And next, selecting the potential targets. You have to target whom you are going to provide this program. Next, identifying the local talents and markets. You have to identify the local talents, and choosing the right location. You have to choose the right location where you are going to conduct this program. Tying up with the institutions. You have to tie up with the institutions who are going to train your entrepreneurs, and develop the entrepreneurship program as needed. Based upon the objectives, you have to develop the entrepreneurship program, and you have to analyze the results for the future development. Whatever the result obtained after this entrepreneurship development program, you have to analyze for the future development. So this is briefly I have explained about the process of entrepreneurship development, and the same process, but we'll look in different steps. this one: competency identification and recognition, competency assessment, competency mapping, development of intervention. What is competency? Competency is nothing but knowledge, skills, attitudes, whatever you have for the purpose of improvement, like for the purpose of superior performance. Whatever you have, the knowledge, skills, and attitudes, it comes under competencies. So there are 4 steps in this process. In the first step, competency identification and recognition, you have to identify the competencies that are present in entrepreneurs. It is not identifying the competencies present in entrepreneurs, but it is identifying the competencies that are required for a successful entrepreneur. You have to identify what are the competencies that are required for a successful entrepreneur. Next is competency assessment. You have to assess what are the original competencies that are present in the persons who you are going to train. Okay. Next, competency mapping. You have to identify the gap. That is, initially he has possessed some competencies, and you have identified the competencies required for the successful entrepreneur. You have to identify the gaps using this competency mapping technique. Generally used competency mapping technique is skill to do and will to do. Let us discuss in brief what is skill to do and will to do competency mapping. If a person have skill to do and will to do, then it is very much you want that to be continued like that. It is very useful for a successful running of the business. So you have to help them in continuing in same way. If a person have skill to do but he don't have will to do, then what you have to do is you have to motivate them, you have to counsel them to improve his willpower to do something. And if a person do not have the skill to do but he have will to do, then what you have to do, in order to develop the skills, you have to train that particular person. And if the person do not have skill and will to do, then what you have to do is either he has to continue like that or he has to disappear from the entrepreneurship. We can't do anything to him. It is better for him to disappear from entrepreneurship. So developing intervention, it is giving the feedback regarding the competencies that are identified, what competencies to continue and what competencies not to continue, giving the feedback. It is nothing but development of intervention. And coming to the next thing, you have types of entrepreneurs. So there are different types of entrepreneurs based on ownership, based on business, based on Clarence Stanhoff classification, based on use of technology, gender, and depending upon the size of investment, size of enterprise. So let us discuss each in brief. Depending upon the ownership, there are private entrepreneurs, state and joint entrepreneurs. Private entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who run the business individually by themselves, whereas state, undertaken by state or government. Joint, which is undertaken by both private and government. Based on the business, trading, manufacturing and agricultural. Trading entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who undertake trading activities, like they will try to sell whatever the finished goods they have obtained from the manufacturers directly to the customers. They act as a middleman, like retailers, wholesalers, they'll act as a middleman. Manufacturing, who undertake the manufacturing activities, right from acquiring the raw materials to converting into the finished goods. And agricultural entrepreneurs are nothing but who undertake the agricultural activities. Clarence Danhoff classification we'll discuss later. Use of technology. Technical entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who use technology, science and technology to develop innovative methods of production. Whereas non-technical entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who undertake the activities like other than technical activities. They will focus on the marketing and distribution strategies for the successful running of their business. Gender. If an enterprise runs successfully by a male person, if the enterprise is developed, managed by a male person, then it is called male entrepreneur. If an enterprise is successfully run by a female person, she is none other than a woman entrepreneur. Next, depending upon the size of enterprise. So depending upon the size of enterprise, there are small scale entrepreneurs, large scale and medium scale entrepreneurs. If the enterprise if the person made investment in the plant and machinery up to 1 crore rupees, then he is considered to be a small scale entrepreneur. And if he has made the investment greater than 1 crore and less than 5 crores, then he is considered to be a medium scale entrepreneur. And if the investment is greater than 5 crores, then he is considered to be a large scale entrepreneur. Coming to the Clarence Danhoff classification, there are 4 types of entrepreneurs as per Clarence Danhoff. It is very, very, very important in the point of view of ugcnet examination. It has been asked many times. So, innovative, imitative, Fabian, and drone entrepreneurs. Innovative entrepreneurs are those who introduce new goods, new methods of production, discover the markets, and recognize the enterprise. It is important to note that such entrepreneurs work only when the certain level of department is already achieved and people look forward change in the improvement. That is nothing but innovative entrepreneur who focuses on innovation, new methods of production, and discover the new markets. Coming to imitative, like these are characterized by readiness to adopt to successful innovations inaugurated by innovative entrepreneurs. Innovative entrepreneurs have already seen that they have developed some innovative methods and discovered new markets. These imitative entrepreneurs imitate the innovative entrepreneurs. They are very ready. They are ready to imitate this innovative entrepreneurs. They do not innovate by themselves, but they only initiate the techniques that is innovated by others. It is generally imitative entrepreneurs you will find in underdeveloped regions. And coming to Fabian entrepreneurs, they are like characterized by very caution and skepticism. Like in experimenting any change in the entrepreneurs, they will be more cautious. They imitate only when it becomes perfectly clear to them that failure to do so will result in the loss of relative position of enterprise. That is, they imitate only when they think that if they are not going to imitate particular strategy, they are going to fail. They are going to lose the position. Then only they will try to imitate. It is nothing but Fabian entrepreneur. And next, drone entrepreneur. They are like very rigid and stubborn entrepreneurs. They do not want to adopt change. They are refused to adopt any changes in their production. Even the cost is severely reduced returns, they'll never try to adopt to changes. Even they suffer from losses, but they are not ready to make changes in their existing production methods for the cost of their production also. And even though the losses incur to them, they do not wish to adopt to changes in their production technology they're using. So this is today's class. Hope you are clear with all the concepts which are discussed today. Thank you.